Revenge 9 months after being made redundant. Petty revenge. So I worked in a technical support team based at a client site late in the 90s. One of my colleagues, bit of a dickhead, didn't like sharing information, left our company, and went to work directly for the client. Okay, it happens. Some months later, I had an interview to also work for the client. I absolutely killed the interviews, whole day of various tasks with a dozen people, until it got to the final interview that this ex-colleague was also asking questions. I found out later that I did not get the job because an ex-colleague had said I asked too many questions at work. Well, yes, I am going to ask questions about specific issues if I know you know the answer instead of guessing. Anyway, some months later, it was early December. Everyone turned up at the site as normal only to be called into a meeting with our boss who must have flown in that morning and the main client manager. Within 10 minutes, we were escorted to our desks to collect personal belongings and escorted off-site, made redundant on the spot. It seems our ex-colleague had managed to cause enough issues and blame his old colleagues that the client, his new boss, canceled our support contract. It took me 3 months to get a new job, and I had to work live away from home during the week. A few months into this job, I saw the ex-colleague go into my manager's office. I wanted to punch him there and then. But anyway, I waited until he was leaving and made sure to pass him and throw a quick, "Hi," as he was leaving. Pikachu face describes it perfectly, even if it wasn't a thing back then. After he left, I went into my manager's office and he confirmed he was interviewing him. I asked if he asked an ex-colleague on why he left previous job. He said no. Yeah, this boss was not too bright. As it happens, I knew why an ex-colleague was sacked not long after the rest of us were made redundant, taking his secretary away on conferences, training courses, etc. that she had no business being at. Yes, he was married. So in the end, an ex-colleague was not offered a role at the company. In the end, I left the company after 6 months so I could work closer and be home every night, but will always be grateful to that company for giving me the opportunity to get one over a guy who had made me redundant. Since it cost him financial hardship for a while, as he did not get the job, I am not so sure how petty this was, but it made me happy anyway.